We're working on the Chapter 2 review on page 46. We're on questions number 5 and 6. We're going to solve for the value of the variable using the order of operations horseshoe on page 33. The order of operations is parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. You might want to refer back to that page. We're going to do whatever we can to simplify the expression on each side. On the left side, it's just the variable k, and there's nothing over there that we can do to simplify because it's only one variable. And so we're simply going to be simplifying the right. There's no variables on the right. It's all numbers, so it's all doing. So we're going to identify our operations. We have subtraction, division, multiplication, a parenthesis wrapper as I call it, and addition. Of those, the order of operations says to do what's in the parenthesis first. In the parenthesis we have subtraction, exponent, addition. We do the exponent of those first. So we have 3 squared. Now this is a little algebraic thing. I normally tell you to carry the minus as a sign. This does not mean negative 3 times itself, which is positive 9. For it to mean negative 3 times itself, it would have to be negative 3 in parentheses square. Then it would mean parentheses times itself, and we would get negative 3 times itself is 9. Because negative x squared has an understood 1 and means negative 1 times x squared, then negative 3 must also have that same understood 1 and mean negative 1 times 3 squared. According to the order of operations then, you would have multiplication and addition, and you would do the exponent 3 squared first, and then times the negative 1, which is negative 9. So when we take negative 3 squared, I always tell you to carry the minus as a sign, we're actually going to get a negative 9, and because the answer is negative, we put a minus back. We then have the plus negative 3, close plus 5, a 5 in front, 2, divide, 8 minus 6 equal k. After each step, we treat it as a brand new problem. We have subtraction, division, the 2 crammed on the parentheses, multiplication, the parenthesis wrapper, and addition. Of those operations, we do what's in the parenthesis first. In there we have subtraction and addition. We add or subtract from left to right. The sign of the 5 is positive and the 9 is negative. When you add or subtract with different signs, you subtract. 9 minus 5 is 4, and take the larger sign, which was negative. There were more negatives than positives, so it's a negative 4. Plus negative 3, close parenthesis, plus 5. 2, there's your divide, your 8, your minus, your 6, and your equal k. Again, it's a brand new step, so it's a brand new problem. We have subtraction, division, multiplication, parenthesis, addition. Of those, we still do what's in the parenthesis first. In there, we have addition. When you add or subtract with the same sign, you add and take the common sign, so we get negative 7. We're done with the parenthesis, so we can drop it and put a plus 5. Don't forget that on the left side, since that 2 was crammed on there, it's multiplication, so we need to show the multiplication. And so we've completed what's in the parenthesis. We continue on down now. We have subtraction, division, multiplication, and addition. Next, of those, you do multiplication or division from left to right, whichever one comes first. And since the division came first, then we do the division first. Now recall that I divide the numbers. 8 divided by 2 is 4, but I carry the minus as a sign. So I'm going to call that a negative 8 and a positive 2. When you multiply or divide with different signs, the answer is negative, so it's a negative 4. Because the answer is negative 4, I replace the minus with a minus. Had that answer been a positive 4, and this is a 2, that's a 2, wasn't a very nice looking 2. Had the answer been positive here, I would have put a plus back. So I have my 6, I have an equal, I have a K. I have the times sign, which is right there, the negative 7 plus 4. Now I have subtraction, multiplication, addition. We do multiplication first. Again, I carry the minus as a sign and call it a negative 4, a negative 7. When you multiply or divide with the same sign, the answer is positive. So that's going to be a positive 28. So I'm going to replace that minus sign with a plus sign. So I have 6 plus 28, K equal, and then plus 4. We now have addition. We add from left to right. I'm going to shift it over here so we get K equal 34 plus 4. Now we can do the final addition, and so we get K is equal to 38. Any questions on number 5? Number 6, we have multiplication and addition. We cannot do the multiplication to simplify. We cannot do the addition because to add you have to have like terms. So according to the order of operations, we do first in the order, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, to simplify. There's nothing to do to simplify. Right here on our horseshoe at the bottom of page 33, if you refer to that, it says to get the variable we're isolating on both sides. It says get the variable you're isolating on one side of the equal sign. Not both sides. Get the variable that you're isolating on one side of the equal sign, remembering to change the sign when you cross over. So you check to see if the variable x is on both sides. And it's not. So that takes us to the last part of the horseshoe of order of operations, which says to undo in the reverse order. So we're going to undo. So what undoes, which one do you undo first, multiplication or addition? Well, the answer is addition because you're going backwards. So we're going to get rid of 8 positives with 8 negatives. Get rid of addition by subtraction. You get negative 4x is equal to 16. Now we're going to undo multiplication by division. And we get x is equal to negative 4. So number 5 was 100% doing. In the order, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Number 6 was 100% undoing. In the reverse order, Sally, Aunt dear, my excuse please, using inverse operations. One thing that's important to us here is to know that to get rid of addition and subtraction, you use opposite signs. To get rid of multiplication and division, you use the same sign. To get rid of addition and subtraction, you use opposite signs. To get rid of multiplication and division, you use the same sign. Any questions on number 5 or 6?